study by the American Camp Association found that 92% of campers said that camp has helped them feel good about themselves. Summer camp is an incredible place for children and teens, but unfortunately, because of medical reasons, many do not have the opportunity to attend a summer camp. Camp John Mark in Meridian, Texas has created a facility that allows campers with medical needs to attend a summer camp. These are the sources that I've used in my presentation. For the facts, I've used vk.org and campjohnmark.org, and for the photos, I've used cbre.us in various tabs on the Camp John Mark website. I've also spoke to Dr. Quigley, a nephrologist at Dallas Children's, in May 2014. My name is Dani Miller, and I'm going to give a briefing about the non-profit children's camp called Camp John Mark. This camp is a camp for children with various medical needs, including spina bifida, muscular dystrophy, cancer, and juvenile arthritis. The three main points I'm addressing today are the history of the camp and how it's run today, what a day at Camp John Mark is like, and the differences between Camp John Mark and other camps. This is the camp logo that I found on cbre.us. The story of Camp John Mark begins with a family and its ranch. Before I tell you what camp is like, I must first begin with its history and how it's run today. John Mark Myers died when he was 9 years old in 1987 with the battle with osteogenic sarcoma. He loved visiting his family ranch called the Old Sundown. When he was undergoing chemotherapy treatments, his family took him to the Old Sundown on the weekends so that he had something to look forward to. After he died, his family donated 135 acres of Old Sundown in his memory to create a camp for children like their son. This is a photo of a newspaper article with his mother and father holding a picture of their son. Each week during the 12 weeks of summer, a new camp comes with a group of patients with a shared condition. Each camp carries a unique name that describes the conditions of the campers. For instance, Camp Raynal is for campers with kidney disease, and Camp Bronco is for campers with severe juvenile arthritis. In addition, Camp John Mark also has weekend camps during the school year, which range from family camps to grief camps to teen retreats, and also for campers who are too fragile to attend a whole week at Camp John Mark. The photo was found on the website, which has a family during their family camp. Because Camp John Mark is a non-profit camp, the camp is completely free for every camper, no matter if it's a weekend camp or the long week during the summer. Because the budget is extremely tight, it has a very small staff, which ranges from 6 administrative staff members who run the camp finances, 3 full-time facility staff members who run the camp and do all the hirings, and during the summer, 24 college students who run all of the activities and projects, which I'll get to later. Also, each camp brings in their own volunteers to serve as counselors and help take care of all the campers. Throughout the year, over 1,000 people volunteer their time as counselors for Camp John Mark. Next, I'll tell you about what camp is like. I will discuss what a day at Camp John Mark entails. Each camper has the opportunity to participate in traditional camp activities, which include fishing, swimming, the ropes course, and the giant swing, as you can see here from the picture found on the website. Each activity is designed for those who have physical or mental limitations. For instance, the ropes course and giant swing has a pulley system that allows those who are confined to a wheelchair to be hoisted up to the zip line platform so so that they can enjoy the zip line too. And that way they don't have to sit out and watch their friends do the zip line because they can't climb the rock wall. In addition, for about an hour and a half each day, the campers go to their choice of project, which range from cooking, photography, movie making, and swimming lessons like this girl is depicted in the picture. The directors have created projects so that campers can learn a skill and practice it every day during the week, and so that by the end of the week they can go home with a concrete skill and memory that they have at camp. After all the daily activities and dinner has finished, the whole camp congregates for the evening activity. On the first day, it's theme night, which usually consists of theme games and a performance by the Camp John Mark staff. On the second night, the campers have the opportunity to prepare their own meal with supervision over an open flame. The younger campers have a kickball tournament, and the older campers do a capture the flag game on the third night. And on the fourth and final night of camp, the campers have a party night, which is a big dance party, as well as they have performances for the campers to show their new skills that they learned at projects, and also the slideshow, which shows photos of the memories of camp. As you can tell, Camp John Mark is an incredible place, but there are some crucial differences that make it extraordinary. Because Camp John Mark serves children with unique medical conditions, there are some differences from Camp John Mark and other camps. For instance, meal times at Camp John Mark are remarkable. Depending on the camp and the needs for that week, some campers may take 5 to 10 pills with every meal that they take. While it's a challenge trying to contain 100 plus campers and their medicine, there's actually a system that goes along with this process. In addition, many of the campers are very sick and they have to follow a very strict diet. For instance, Camp Reynal, which serves children with renal and kidney disease, they have to follow a very strict low sodium, low phosphorus, and low potassium diets. In order to accommodate these needs, Camp John Mark has created a whole new menu for each week that campers with kidney disease come. This is to ensure that even the campers with the most strict diets have the opportunity to enjoy a camp experience. Depending on the camp that week, some campers may have to undergo chemotherapy, infusions, or dialysis every few days. This is also true during their time at camp. These particular campers would never have the opportunity to spend at an overnight camp, because usually, most of the time, these camps do not have the space or facilities to hold such medical procedures. This picture depicts Dr. Quigley and a patient undergoing dialysis. Dr. Quigley is a nephrologist at Dallas Children's who spends some time at Camp John Mark at Camp Reynal. This year at Camp Reynal, he spoke of Camp John Mark, saying, "Each year, this 1 week at Camp Reynal, Camp John Mark serves as the facility for the highest volume of pediatric dialysis in the country." Camp John Mark also works very closely with the hospital to ensure that nurses and doctors are always on site in case a medical emergency arises. For instance, all nurses and doctors spend some time on call if something should happen, whether it be in the late hours of the night, during the day during activities, or in the early hours of the morning. A medical team and a group of advisors have created a plan for every possible medical emergency that could arise at camp. For instance, a kickball field at Camp John Mark has been created as a care flight landing zone in case a critical camper has medical emergency arise. care flight can land on the kickball field and take the camper to the local hospital. As shown, Camp John Mark allows some of Texas' sickest children a camp experiences like those of healthy children. In summary, Camp John Mark has a rich history that began with John Mark Myers after he passed away in his battle with bone cancer. Camp John Mark allows some of the sick children to have a camp experiences that they would otherwise not have. They're given the opportunity to participate in activities and projects, but most importantly, they're able to form friendships with other kids that have their conditions and share their same fears and challenges. I like to end my presentation with a quote from a mother of a Camp John Mark camper. She spoke very highly when she said, "Some may wonder why we sent our daughter to Camp John Mark when she was dying. The answer is rather simple. We sent her there to live."